A storm is coming to Heartland, and not even the Bartlett Fleming family is ready for what's about to hit. Rumors are spreading, whispers are growing louder, and one unexpected arrival threatens to pull everything apart. Fans think they know how this chapter ends, but episode 10 might change everything forever. A storm is coming to Heartland, and not even the Bartlett Fleming family is ready for what's about to hit. Rumors are spreading, whispers are growing louder, and one unexpected arrival threatens to pull everything apart. Fans think they know how this chapter ends, but episode 10 might change everything forever. In Heartland Season 19, Episode 10, tension rises like thunderclouds hovering over Hudson. Amy Fleming stands at a crossroads once again. She has built a quiet strength over the years, healing horses, guiding people, and carrying the legacy her mother left behind. But now, everything she knows risks unraveling when a mysterious horse arrives at the ranch. Wild-eyed, unpredictable, and unlike anything she's ever worked with. Its arrival is not random. Someone sent this horse. Someone who wants to challenge Amy, not break her, but maybe expose a truth she's not ready to face. Jack watches everything with the heavy silence of a man who has seen too many storms roll over the horizon. He senses danger even if he doesn't say it out loud. His instinct tells him that this horse comes with a history. And possibly a warning, the way it reacts to strangers, the way it calms only in Amy's presence, the way it flinches at shadows. Something dark lingers in its past, and Jack fears that past is walking straight toward Heartland. Meanwhile, Georgie's return has stirred up emotions she thought she buried. She wants to focus on Olympic dreams, her training, her future. But the ranch feels different now, familiar yet tense. She senses secrets behind every corner. Lou notices it too, watching as her family tries to move forward, yet keeps getting pulled back into old wounds and unanswered questions. Her instincts scream that something big is about to break, but even she doesn't know how deep the roots of this new threat go. Then comes the news, a stranger seen near Heartland late at night. No one knows who he is, but he's been spotted near the pastures, watching, waiting. The horses sense him long before the family does. They pace, they snort, they refuse to settle. Something familiar brushes their instincts, like a ghost returning after years away. Amy feels it too. A pull she can't explain, a shiver that stops her breath. Is this connected to the mysterious horse, or to a part of her life she thought she had finally left behind? Episode 10 builds like a pressure cooker. Even the smallest moments feel loaded with meaning. A broken fence, a missing saddle, tire tracks in the snow leading toward the old trail. At first, these feel like coincidences, but Heartland fans know better. Nothing here is ever just coincidence. Each detail threads into a bigger picture, one the family hasn't seen clearly yet. Tim, stubborn as ever, refuses to believe danger is near. But his frustration grows, especially as old arguments surface. Arguments about loyalty, about legacy, and about who still belongs at Heartland. A fracture forms within the family, subtle at first, but spreading like a crack in ice. Silent until it splits wide open. Inside Amy's heart, old memories rise like ghosts. Loss, recovery, love, pain. She survived worse, but something about this moment feels different. More personal, more dangerous. The new horse trusts no one but her, but even that trust feels fragile, like a flame flickering in the wind. She needs answers, and soon, because Amy can sense it. The ranch isn't just being watched, it's being tested. And as episode 10 moves forward, one thing becomes clear. Heartland is standing on the edge of a story that could change everything. The first crack appears when Amy discovers a note tucked beneath the new horse's blanket. The handwriting is rough, rushed, as though written under pressure. Only 4 words stare back at her. You can't forget him. The moment she reads it, her heart stops. This isn't random. This isn't a misunderstanding or a stray animal lost from another ranch. Someone wants her attention. Someone knows her weaknesses. Someone is digging into her past, and the deeper she tries to hide the memory, the more it claws its way to the surface. She keeps the note quiet at first. Her instinct tells her the family already carries enough stress. Lou handling endless decisions, Georgie navigating her fragile return. Jack trying to hold everything together as age and responsibility wear him down. Amy doesn't want to add more weight. But secrets never stay buried long at Heartland. They surface in their own time, and this one rises with a force that can't be ignored. Late one night, the ranch falls into an uneasy silence. The wind rattles the barn doors, the porch lights flicker, and the horses stir restlessly in their stalls. Amy steps outside, feeling the cold bite her skin, and hears footsteps crunch across the snow. Slow, deliberate, too heavy to belong to a deer or fox. She calls out, voice steady but fearful. "Who's there?" No answer, only the echo of her words fading into darkness. And then she sees it, a shape moving beyond the fence line, tall, still, watching. The next morning, Jack finds another sign, hoofprints near the creek, too fresh to be coincidence, leading to a place no one has visited since the early seasons. The abandoned West Pasture, the place Ty once helped repair, the place Amy used to ride when she needed air and space, the place where she and Ty built memories like stepping stones across their future. The past is bleeding back into the present, and the family can no longer pretend nothing is happening. Lou demands answers. Tim refuses to sit still. Georgie pushes deeper, trying to piece together fragments of information others don't want to face. Amy finally reveals the note, and the room goes silent. Heavy, suffocating, filled with questions no one knows how to ask. Jack looks at her with an expression that speaks louder than words. Fear, love, and the silent promise that he will protect this family, even if it means facing ghosts he hoped were gone for good. Then a call comes in from Hudson's sheriff. They've located the brand mark on the mystery horse, but the file is sealed under restricted ownership. Someone powerful owns this animal, someone with a history they don't want exposed. The mention of restricted records sends a cold wave through the room. Horses don't come with sealed files unless something serious happened: abuse, criminal trade, illegal racing, or a violent past too painful to document publicly. Whatever story this horse carries, it's dark, and Amy is standing right in the middle of it. As the days unfold, tension builds like thunder waiting for lightning. Heartland shifts from warm familiarity to uneasy anticipation. Every door creak feels louder, every shadow feels heavier. The mysterious figure continues appearing at the edge of the property, never close enough to confront, always close enough to be seen. The unknown creates a silence filled with imagination, fear, and suspicion. No one knows if this stranger is connected to Amy, to the horse, or to something bigger. Something Heartland hasn't faced before. And then an argument breaks open. Loud, sharp, unavoidable. Tim accuses Amy of hiding more than she's telling. Lou tries to mediate, but her own exhaustion shows. Georgie doesn't trust anything she can't see clearly. And Jack's patience finally snaps under the pressure of protecting everyone at once. Heartland, once a sanctuary of healing and hope, feels shaken. Shaken by doubt, shaken by secrecy, shaken by a threat none of them fully understand yet. But despite fear, despite conflict, despite the unknown pressing closer every day, Amy doesn't back down. She chooses courage over comfort. She leads the mysterious horse to the training ring, determined to uncover whatever truth hides in its eyes. She whispers soothing words, studies its movements, tries to connect its trauma to the person behind it, and slowly, painfully, she discovers something chilling. The horse remembers a man with a broken voice, a scar on his hand, and a promise whispered like a threat. Someone is coming, someone with unfinished business. And episode 10 is only just starting to reveal what Heartland must face. The tension snaps like wildfire when the stranger finally crosses Heartland's fence line. It happens just before dawn, the world still gray and half asleep. Amy is already awake, feeding the horses, trying to keep her mind busy, but the moment she feels that presence behind her, she freezes. The air thickens, the horse in the corner stall stiffens. Ears pinned back in silent alarm, she turns, slowly, cautiously, and comes face to face with the one man no one expected to see again. His name is not spoken immediately, but the recognition burns through her like a shock. He stands with a scar across his right hand, the same detail the horse seemed to fear. Eyes shadowed, voice low, he says only one sentence. You kept something that belonged to me. The words feel like a blade, not loud, not aggressive, but chilling in their certainty. Amy demands answers, but the man refuses to explain, turning instead toward the horse like they share history thick with pain. Amy steps between them, refusing to let fear dictate her choices. She calls for help, voice sharp and steady, and within seconds, Jack and Tim come running. The confrontation escalates. Jack protective, Tim furious, Lou and Georgie rushing into the barn, hearing the shouts. The stranger doesn't flinch, doesn't run. He stands like a storm that believes it owns the sky. Later, over tense cups of coffee at the ranch house, his story unravels in fragments. His name is Cole. He once owned the horse, but not in the way Heartland understands ownership. He trained it for underground races. Dangerous, illegal, brutal. The horse was pushed past breaking point, scarred physically and emotionally. Cole insists he changed, claims he came to take the horse back and give it the future he's finally ready to offer. But the family sees something else behind his eyes. Desperation, unfinished business, maybe regret, maybe guilt. Amy refuses to hand the horse over. She's seen the fear in its eyes, the way it trembles at Cole's voice, the memories that flash like lightning across its body. She believes Heartland can heal it, give it peace, give it trust again, something Cole never knew how to offer. The argument builds like thunder, words sharp, tempers flaring, trust shattering in every direction. Lou questions the legality, Jack questions Cole's motives, Tim wants him off the property entirely. Georgie listens, quiet but observant, as if she sees what everyone is missing. And then Cole drops the truth like a stone through glass. The horse wasn't sent to Heartland by accident. It escaped. It ran. It fled from men who want something more than an animal, something connected to money, to betrayal, to a crime no one has spoken aloud yet. Cole fears they will come looking, and if they do, Heartland will be the first place they search. Danger isn't approaching. Danger is already here. And now more people are coming. The family fractures down the middle. Some believe Cole's fear is real. Others think he's manipulating them. His arrival reopens wounds they thought were healed. The grief over Ty, the fear of losing another piece of their world. The responsibility Amy feels to protect anything broken or hurt. She stands torn between compassion and caution, between memory and risk. She doesn't know whether protecting the horse means protecting Heartland or inviting disaster. Night falls heavy again. Heartland feels watched, surrounded by invisible footsteps. Dogs bark at shadows, horses pace without rest. Even Jack, steady as always, admits he hasn't felt this kind of weight since the hardest days of his life. Something bad is coming. And it isn't just one man with a scar. Amy lies awake, replaying Cole's words, hearing the echo of Ty's laughter in her mind like a ghost whispering courage. The horse whinnies outside, restless, afraid, and deep down she knows one truth she refuses to say aloud. This fight is not about ownership. It's about redemption, justice, and whether some things can ever truly be forgiven. Heartland stands on the brink, trust is thin, patience is cracking, love is being tested by shadows from the past, and episode 10 is about to decide who stays, who leaves, and who breaks in the process. Storm clouds gather above Heartland, real and emotional. This is the moment everything has been building toward. Fear grows like a second heartbeat inside the ranch walls, steady and relentless. The mysterious horse stands in the training ring, pacing like it can sense danger before humans can. Cole keeps his distance, eyes scanning the horizon, shoulders tense. The family watches him closely, not as a guest, but as a warning they still don't understand. Then it happens. 3 unfamiliar trucks crawl down the gravel road like wolves moving in a slow circle. Engines cut, doors swing open, men step out, deliberate, silent, dressed like people who don't need to explain their presence. Their eyes lock on the horse immediately, as if they've already claimed it in their minds. And just like that, Heartland is no longer a sanctuary. It is a target. Jack stands firm, a wall of weathered courage. Tim steps forward, fiery and unafraid. Lou moves Georgie back, protective and alert. Amy stands in front of the horse, pulse racing, but resolve solid. Cole looks at the men like he's been expecting this and dreading it at the same time. One of them speaks, calm, smug, like a man who believes no one here can stop him. They demand the horse. No negotiation, no discussion. They claim to have legal ownership through the same underground ring Cole ran from. They say the horse wasn't just fast, it was winning races that made enemies. It saw things, survived things, and now it represents evidence someone wants gone forever. The strangers aren't here to take back an animal, they're here to erase a story, one that Heartland has unknowingly stepped into. The family refuses. Together, despite their disagreements, despite their fear, they stand united. Heartland doesn't bow to threats. Heartland protects the broken. Heartland fights for what others throw away. But the standoff escalates quickly. Voices rise, anger sparks. The horse panics, rearing, hooves striking the air like lightning. In that moment, Amy sees it. Not just fear, but trust. The horse looks at her like she is the only anchor in its storm. And that becomes the turning point. Amy makes a choice. She takes the horse and runs, not away from danger, but toward truth. She rides hard across the snowy fields, wind cutting her face, hooves pounding the earth like thunder. The men give chase, trucks roar to life, their headlights slice across the land. Heartland becomes a blur behind her, a distant silhouette. She rides with one mission: protect the innocent, no matter the cost. The chase is raw, breathless, chaotic. Branches whip her arms, snow blinds her vision. But Amy is fearless, not because she isn't afraid, but because courage matters more. And just when it seems the men will catch her, sirens wail through the valley. Hudson law enforcement floods the trail, cutting off pursuit. Someone called them. Maybe Lou, maybe Jack, maybe Cole. It doesn't matter. Help arrives when the story needs it most. The men are taken into custody. Cole steps forward, surrender in his eyes. He confesses everything. The races, the abuse, the crime ring. He hands over proof he's been gathering for months, trying to dismantle the operation he once belonged to. The horse wasn't running from him. It was running because of him, because he was the link between danger and freedom. He wanted redemption, but redemption isn't earned in silence. It is earned through truth. Amy listens, not with softness, but with strength. Forgiveness isn't simple. Trust is not immediate. But healing begins the moment the truth is spoken aloud. The final moments of episode 10 leave viewers breathless. The horse remains at Heartland, safe, finally calm. Georgie finds new determination to protect what matters. Lou realizes family strength is built in crisis, not comfort. Tim reevaluates what legacy really means. Jack, steady as ever, watches the horizon like a man who knows peace is fragile and must be protected. Amy stands by the paddock, winter wind lifting her hair. Her voice is soft but certain. She knows this journey isn't over. Healing takes time. Trust takes patience. And Heartland, as always, stands ready for whatever comes next. Because storms may come, secrets may rise, but this ranch has survived them all. And Season 19, Episode 10 doesn't close a chapter. It opens the door to the next one. Bigger, darker, more emotional than anyone expects.